Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and the Uefa Champions League Semifinals are gonna be played this week with four amazing teams in PSG, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and Atletico Madrid, and they all consist of amazing players. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a combined 11 of from all the four teams. But the twist is there that I have to pick a minimum of two players from each team and a maximum of three players from each team. So I don't favor one set of team over the others. I want to make a team that sort of represents all the four teams. So that's why there's a cap that minimum two players from one team and maximum three players from each team. So let's go ahead and get started. In the goalkeeper position, I mean, there were obvious choices. I mean, probably the best goalkeeper that I have seen in my lifetime in Manuel Neuer. He was there. I could have easily picked him. Then the best goalkeeper of Champions League this season in David Raya as well. He was there as well. But unfortunately for both of them, and fortunately for me, Jan Oblak got fit and ready. I'm gonna pick the players who are fit and who are based on form as well. And that is why, because I have to pick players on the other parts of the field as well, I'm not gonna pick Neuer. I'm not gonna pick Raya. I'm going for Oblak. I think he's a tremendous keeper. I think he is one of the most underrated goalkeepers. When goalkeepers are talked about, when top goalkeepers are talked about, he's not really talked about that much. And I think that's quite it's quite a shameful thing, because he is, for me, like, he's one of the best goalkeepers in Europe currently. And I think he is such a important figure at Atletico Madrid, for Atletico Madrid at the back. I think that he's going to be a really crucial part for Atletico Madrid in the semi-final as well. So for that reason, I am picking him. I think he's very strong with his distribution. His shot stopping is probably, I think, one of the best in Europe as well. And I think he's going to be a great goalkeeper. In the right back position, I'm going with another Atletico Madrid player. Obvious choice is Achraf Hakimi. Of course, everybody would have wanted to go with him, and I would have gone with him as well. But of course, again, the cap to I can only have three players from one particular team. That's the only reason why Achraf Hakimi has not been picked. I am going for Marcus Llorente for the right back position. And just like Oblak, again, I think he's been quite underrated. People don't really rave about him as much as they should. He's really great going forward when Atletico Madrid hit those counter attacks. He's one of the main people who burst forward and try to assist as much as he can. And then on defending wise as well, he's very strong. He's very physical. He's that like tough defender that you really want on that wing side, as your fullback. It's very hard for the wingers to get past him. So I think he's a very strong defender, and that's why I'm going for Llorente on that right hand side. On the left hand side, I think this was a very easy choice for me. I think it's the almost obvious one. It's the best left back in the world currently. It's Nuno Mendes. I mean, he is a spectacular player. I could have easily picked him as a left midfielder as well if I wanted to, but I have put him as a left back. I think he's sensational going forward. If I'm not, I think currently he's the most highest goal scoring fullback in Europe currently. So that just shows how good he is and how versatile he is. And at the same time, defending back, when your backs are against the wall, he's gonna come back, and he's gonna help out with the defense. He's very good defensively as well. So that's why I'm gonna pick him as my left back. As centre backs, I think it was very obvious, and there's no bias here. It is the Arsenal duo. It is Gabriel and William Saliba as my centre backs. I really don't like to break up centre backs pairing, because I always think if a centre back pairing is good, it's because both the centre backs complement each other, and I think it really helps them. But even if I wanted to try to bring any other centre back from the other three teams, I just don't see them getting past Saliba and Gabriel. And no disrespect to any of the centre backs in other teams. I think the only one in question, if I'm being very honest with you, it would have been the PSG centre backs. But again, I just don't think any of them are going to go ahead. For me personally, I think Gabriel and Saliba are currently probably the best centre backs in the world right now, and I think it was a very obvious choice for me to put them as my centre back. So that's my goalkeeper and my defensive line completely. So let's move on to the midfield. My number 6, the defensive midfielder that I have gone with It's Vitinha. I mean, it was a very, very obvious choice for me. Yet again, the captain from PSG's captain, the heart of midfield, the engine of PSG's midfield, the way this guy keeps on running, the way he's gonna block, and the way that he's gonna defend. Like, you need a player like Vitinha in front of your defense. The tackles that he's gonna make, the interceptions that he's gonna do is immense, And then, of course, he can go ahead and he can, make those late runs and try to score the goals as well. I think he is a must in your midfield as a central defensive midfielder, and complementing him on that on that left hand side, and the guy who is gonna be my number 6 is gonna move forward and try to help out, and when Vitinha is gonna sit back. I think both of these players can do the same job, and for that I have gone with my last Arsenal pick here in Declan Rice. For me, there's I think currently he's is at the top level as as a central midfielder in the world. I think he's sensational. He can do anything, and he is basically like a Vitinha and Rice are perfect in a way. Both are gonna run their socks off. You need players like this, especially with the way that I would prefer to play, pressing the other teams, going at it, and defensively as well. And they both of them ooze leadership quality. So you need those two players, type of players in your midfield who can galvanize the squad collectively. And then again, as I said, with Vitinha, he can make those late runs. He's going to score that crucial goals, and he has, and especially when you have players like Saliba and Gabriel, he's going to help with the set pieces as well. So for me, he's like the perfect choice. And then at number 10, this was quite tough for me, to be very honest with you. Firstly, because of how many players I can choose from each side, and then again, if I'm being very honest with you, if you look at the 4 teams, there is no standout number 10 that you could have gone and you could have picked from, and that is why I'm going to change it up a bit. I am going for Atletico Madrid's Antoine Griezmann. I'm going with Griezmann, and I'm not going to play him like as a sort of like proper number 10. I would prefer him to play as like a second striker to my main striker, so he's going to be just behind them, and that's why I'm going with Antoine Griezmann. I think he's been having an amazing season. He's a top class player. There are so many superlatives that I can say about Antoine Griezmann, the career that he has. He is an exceptional player, and I think he's going to be perfect just behind my main striker, and that's why I'm going for Griezmann. He can he has now just so much experience playing for so many years that he can pinpoint the passes. He can create so many chances from that position just behind the striker, and with having players like Rice and Vitinha back who can make the who can defend as much as they can attack, it's going to give them him a lot of freedom. Of course, you have players like Mendes and Loriente coming in as well to help you around, so that it is going to help Griezmann to move forward and go into the box and try to help out my main striker. So that is why I'm going with Griezmann at number 10. On that left wing, I'm going with my last PSG player is Costa Calia. I mean, no question asked, the season that that guy is having is a top class. Every single time when PSG look in trouble, whether it's in Liga, whether it's in the Champions League, when they need a moment, when they need a player to step up, it's always Costa Calia. And I think he's amazing. The way that he dribbles past the players, the way he makes those runs, his pace and his shot. I mean, his goals are always, every time he scores a goal, you just wonder, can he how can he score that goal? There's no, he cannot top that goal, and a week later or 2 weeks later he scores a better goal than that. So for me, like, he is the perfect player on that left hand side. And on that right hand side, I have my first Bayern Munich player, and I mean, there was no debate about it. Currently the best winger in the world, it has to be Michael Olise. I mean, the simply sensational, amazing season this guy is having, and the confidence that he's having currently, I mean, there's no question about it. He can score the goals, he can score the assists, almost like 30 plus goals and assists this season for him. And I mean, he's been spectacular for Bayern Munich. They are on the verge of winning our treble. They've already won the Bundesliga, in the final of the DBF Pokal, and in the semi-final of the Champions League. So he's been a very main, crucial and integral part of that squad. So for me, he was the obvious choice for that right wing position. And joining him in that striker position is his fellow teammate in Harry Kane. Again, no question asked, there was no other striker that was going to come in and replace Harry Kane. He has been spectacular. Almost again 30 plus goals for him as well. I mean, in all competition he's been spectacular. just amazing. I mean, you look on the weekend, they were 3-0 down, and in comes Olise and Kane, and they end up winning the game against Mainz 4-3. That just shows how good these two are and are together. And of course, Luis Diaz could have made that pick, in that left wing position. But I personally felt, Kvaratskhelia, I personally like him. I think he's a much better player than Diaz, and that's why I have chosen with him. But for right wing and striker, it had to be Olise and Harry Kane. So yeah, that is it. This is my team. If my combined 11 with the with the little things that I had kept it from that semi-finalist. Let me know what you guys think of my team. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with me? And who do you think would make your combined 11? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.